Hey guys, welcome back to the Foundry, the Cursed Podcast, and today we are doing Cthulhu, the god of the god of death and destruction.
We're going to be looking at the Cthulhu Mythos today from H.P. Lovecraft.
But just specifically Cthulhu from the Mythos, not the other aliens.
So this may be a multiple-part podcast. That this will be the first part. So we may have a couple topics between. So I'm sure we'll make it a kind of a long series here because it's pretty interesting and really in depth as well. But this was Kylo's topic, so I'm going to go ahead and swing it over to you, my man.
Alrighty, so what I got from Cthulhu was he was one of the great ones, or the elder ones, one of the first beings to come to Earth from the sky, outer space, all that, and basically ruled over Earth and
So Cthulhu's UFO.
He's alien.
Absolutely.
So before Cthulhu, could have abducted one of us and fucked us in the ass.
No, probably his parents.
Yeah, you think he's super posh? You're like, mommy, daddy.
Well, I mean, I just don't think he's abducted us because he's still here.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
But he mainly watched over the city of Ryla. I feel like I butchered that, but that is the sinking city, and that city is of course located in the Pacific Ocean. Supposedly, it sunk a while back whenever there was a little battle with the Elder Ones and Cthulhu trying to claim land that was reformed.
Well, hang on, you jumping big guns. Hang on.
From fucking wars.
You
and
live
stuff.
My shit's all scattered.
Boy,
so
you jumped way far ahead into this fucking dude.
That's okay. Once you cut in between some of those deep into some of those big ones there.
Well, Cthulhu, the fake guy, his first appearance was in The Call of Cthulhu, written by H.P. Lovecraft in 1928.
So now you mention him, so the man behind the Mythos, H.P. Lovecraft, used to thank for the creation of sci-fi fiction and the horror genre. So Howard Phillips Lovecraft, born 1890, died in 1937, died young, thankfully. Lovecraft's literature was actually never able to support himself financially through his earnings as an editor and author. Is that he was essentially he failed. His work gained notice way later down the line. So said that he was virtually unknown in his lifetime, and his work gained a cult following much later. He's now regarded as the most significant 20th century authors of supernatural horror fiction, like Guillermo del Toro, credited for Bloodborne, just that kind of stuff.
So I kind of peeked at your notes and I saw you wrote down he died in 1937. But did you know what he died from?
No, I don't.
Malnourishment, because he couldn't afford food.
Are you
Really?
serious?
Yes. Is that kind of fucked up?
That is kind of fucked up. I mean,
He literally chose a career that did not feed him.
he was kind of a terrible person. So
Yeah.
I don't feel that bad.
Yeah, hence his cat's name.
He's a very bad dude, and that's some stuff I'd rather not even talk about because he's that shitty of a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some of his most famous works, obviously,
Not cool guy.
The Call of Cthulhu, The Rats and the Walls, At the Mountains of Madness, The Shadow over Innsmouth, The Shadow Out of Time. The Shadow over Innsmouth is a very interesting and fucked up story.
What?
The Shadow over Innsmouth.
What's that?
That's the one where I tell you about the fishing village, how the one item shows up there, and then it starts to have sway over them, and then they start fucking it.
The item?
Yeah,
I do not remember you telling me this. Oh, God.
Yeah, so all his works have been grouped together as a subgenre, known as Lovecraftian horror. A lot of Lovecraft's work was inspired by his own nightmares, so that can kind of tell you how fucked up he was.
That's kind of because real quick to interject, I had a note saying that Cthulhu, his the main point of him is to explain people's anxiety on Earth, and they fear his return. That's why people on Earth are anxious. And so people say that Lovecraft had an anxiety disorder, and that he may have created Cthulhu in order to cope with his disorder with something tangible as a physical entity or something rather than him just having a disorder.
That's Okay. I just wanted to kind of go over Lovecraft and I guess the creation of Cthulhu, and real world's term.
But so I guess this alien, which also if we butcher these words, it's okay because they're alien words, and we're not supposed to be able to comprehend or perceive them correctly because it's obviously an alien language. But he was born on the planet Vorel, located in the 23rd Nebula, wherever that is. and his dad is Nug, some of that good old Nug, and then his grandparents are Yog-Sothoth and Subnigrath, and then his great grandpa is Azathoth, which are all part of the Cthulhu mythos.
Like deity, like.
Yeah, they're all like monsters, but apparently like Cthulhu is the most popular because he actually has like a comprehensible appearance, because when they try to explain the other people, they just use words like they're a heap of bubbles and teeth and shit, and then the Cthulhu is just like, he's a dragon squid god man, and then everyone's like, okay, yeah,
just like detailed one out of all.
Yeah, and then the other ones are like, he's bubbles and teeth.
Yeah, he's just a lump of fucking meat. It looks like a meatloaf with some fucking googly eyes on it. That's the gods.
To build on like some of his family, one of the ones I thought was really interesting to me, but also kind of hilarious, was Azathoth.
Azathoth,
yeah. Did you get anything on him, Tony?
No, I wasn't really trying to go too deep into them, because literally like the stuff I was listening to, we're talking about like way too many different things than Cthulhu, and they're like, but they're part of the mythos, and I'm like, I don't care about them right now.
They are. I actually have several of them that kind of are important to Cthulhu's plans.
So you got the Zoth people, right? The 3 guys he made on Zoth.
I did not get that.
Oh, okay.
But real quick, Azathoth, whatever, the great-great-grandfather of Cthulhu, also known as the Blind Idiot God, Nuclear Chaos, Abyssal Idiot, Lord of All, Demon of Sultan, Akahamoth,
It's okay, we ain't aliens.
But so this character really spoke to me, because being born in primordial times, his powers are as followed: reality warping, omnipresence, the ability to basically exit our realm whenever he wants, like just poof, gone. Metapotence, can do anything without...
Anywhere.
Oh,
he has,
everywhere.
I thought this was interesting. Metapotence, the ability to do anything without justification to law. So, like, he can totally just ignore, like, Newton's gravitational laws, like, any laws that explain anything.
He a floaty boy.
Yeah, like, he can do whatever the hell he wants. But, with no regard to reality. And omniscience. He ignores everything and everyone. So he's
a god.
Yeah, so basically the reason why they call him the Blind Idiot God...
Yeah, why is he a blind idiot?
Because he was so powerful and so wise, he destroyed his own mind and became an idiot. That's true. It is true.
Really funny.
Thusly being the almighty idiot.
Like, after, actually playing through Bloodborne for the first time...
He's like,
and,
I'm so smart!
He's like, you know what? What if I did... He's just fucking, just lobotomizes himself with a fucking...
Just droid.
Brain
The easy part was getting the brain out. The hard part was getting the brain out. But, to build real quick on his father, I thought it was interesting because, it put his father and... I'm assuming his mother, whatever the hell, but not really.
I couldn't find anything about his mama.
It is Nug and Yeb. They were originally... Oh, yeah. They were originally one character by the name of... I'm just going to spell it out. Cxaxukluth. However the hell you spell that. But they were... He was born on the... I thought he... No, I guess not. But originally he was born in some nebula... And because it was a destroying nebula, and apparently he split in two, making Nug and Yeb, him being the upper torso and Yeb being the lower torso.
Like a Master Blaster situation.
Kinda, yeah. But oh yeah, the doomed nebula of Zul'Qarayr. I think you just said that right.
Zorl? Or maybe I'm just... Zorl's apparently from Cthulhu's from. I don't know about Nug and Yeg.
Yeah, I guess they're the same person, but not anymore.
Oh.
But
Nug, Yeg.
The main thing that I thought was interesting was Cthulhu's daughter that ties into him and his plan, whatever his plan is. I couldn't find his plan. I guess to rule world and cause chaos and all that. But Cathalia is his daughter, the main daughter of Cthulhu, closely resembling Cthulhu in his many features back there. She looks like that.
And I'm smite right.
But yeah, she is essential to Cthulhu's plan. Cthulhu always keeps her in Ryla, guarded by the Deep,
The town place, the city he built.
Yeah.
His followers. Okay.
Yeah, and she is guarded by the Deep and the Deep Ones and Yagaya, a 12-foot long worm with many tentacles and a crazy mouth. But her role in Cthulhu's plans is if Cthulhu somehow was to ever die, she can keep giving rebirth to him.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Well, that's cool, actually.
Yeah, so that's why she is so essential and has to stay in the city of Ryla. But
she's like fucking like oxen-free.
But we'll get back to more of some of his family real quick. Let's jump right into Cthulhu. So he is supposed to resemble a squid mixed with a dragon mixed with a humanoid figure. So
and he's a god.
There are two different kind of versions of how he looks like. There are many different, but like the two main ones is a pulpy tentacle head, a scaly and grotesque body, with rudimentary wings on his back.
I mean, look at that. Did that look grotesque? I'm a little aroused, you know. You got an 8-pack back here.
He's a fucking handsome dude. Have you actually seen what an end's mouth looks like?
A what?
End's mouth.
End's mouth?
No, I don't think so.
We'll look that up real quick for you. But the people like that is called based off that one of his works that has to deal with fucking
But one of the other descriptions of him looking like is an octopus head with face feelers, scaly looking rubbery body, prodigious claws and on his arms and feet, and long narrow wings behind him.
I don't like these. I don't like these.
Yeah, they just look like fish people.
Oh, the deep? They're the deep ones?
No, these are end's mouth.
Oh.
It's where like due to like environmental like reasoning, like people will evolve and stuff like that because like they've been out, like humans have been out at sea for so long, like at this fishing village, like that people start to evolve into like looking like fish and shit like that. So we're
like Far Harbor.
Yeah, exactly like Far Harbor. Yeah.
Spoiler.
But in many of the stories, it is believed that the elder ones that lived in the city would speak to the people through their dreams and try to mend and give them ideas of how they're wanting to communicate and what they want done. And
really? That's what you got?
Well, there's more. That's not exactly.
I got it was Cthulhu doing it. That after like. Well, hang on, I'd have to backtrack because that big skip. Yeah. Hey, do you care if I backtrack real quick, Kyler?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so pretty much like the beginning of his conquer Cthulhu's like journey, he travels to a binary star of Zoth, where he spawns these 3 other like demigod spawns, and then meets these alien followers who call themselves the Star Spawn of Cthulhu, and then from Zoth they travel to Saturn, and then Earth, spreading their word, looking for a world to conquer. And then these followers, this alien race, the Star Spawn of Cthulhu, change their form to resemble him, which is probably like those people you just showed me, whatever they're called.
Innsmouths.
The Innsmouths. And then they built a city, which was made from green stones. Ryle or Earlier, like, I don't know how to pronounce it. And then they were made from green stones, and they were like the like architecture was foreign to any like human design. And then like when they got there, they were met by resistance from another group of aliens called the Elder Things, which you mentioned. Mm-hmm. And then they lived on Earth for a millennia, and then they came to an agreement to share the planet. And then Cthulhu went into hibernation, and as the world was progressing, while he was hibernating, he was communicating, was what I found, he was communicating with humans through dreams, trying to form a cult through the dreams. But I'm sure, you know, they were all just doing this shit. If they would.
I knew Cthulhu was doing that, but right here I also have that Castro, one of Cthulhu's.
Fidel?
Castro, one of Cthulhu's fictional characters, explains that the Great Elder Ones are strong telekinetics, or telepathics. My bad.
Like telepaths?
Yeah, that knew everything that occurred around the universe, also making it easy to mold the dreams of the first humans they met. thusly making the cult of Cthulhu until the waves have sunken this great city of Ryla. With the cult cut off from the humans, they were no longer able to make spectral intercourse with them because of the deep sea. Yeah.
I'm fucking your brain.
Quote unquote, spectral intercourse. But
man, that brain was feeling good on my spectral cock.
Anyone think they can pronounce this right here? John, you think you can give that a try? That's what I was trying to pronounce earlier, but I think I butchered the hell out of it. That's a famous saying. Two lines.
Did you get the three possibilities of why the city was sunk?
Hang on one sec. I got a thing to say. It's about Cthulhu. I'm gonna try my best, guys. All right. Pingalui, Maglo, Wanaf, Cthulhu, Ryla, Waga, Nagal, Fatagan, and that says in the house at Ryla, Cthulhu awaits dreaming. But there's a different saying about it too. It's like in the Dead City, Cthulhu awaits dreaming, or something like that. There's many different ones, but also a main famous chant is Cthulhu Fatagan, Cthulhu dreams.
It's gotta be hard to be in the cult of Cthulhu.
You're like, I can't read Jesus shit Christ. This book says, bro. And then they're like, go to sleep. I'll explain it all later.
Why isn't he waking it up? You're not saying it right, man.
But did you get the three reasons the city could have sunk?
I did not. Go ahead and lay that on me.
Well, you said something about the secret weapon made by the Elder Things, right?
No, I didn't.
The Elder Things could have sunk it?
Mm-mm.
Oh, so said that it could have been from the moon changes. So like because obviously the moon affects the waves and stuff. Said it could have been from the moon or other ancient aliens. Or the third reason, which kind of ties in the second one, the Elder Things eventually broke their truce to share the planet, and they created a secret weapon to sink the city, like some fucking dicks, like some Big Smoke Rider shit.
It's really interesting because like the reason why that Sinking City game got such a high rating is because it goes so in depth with like the Cthulhu mythos, and a lot of people appreciate that stuff. So like.
But is the game good?
No, it's awful. But that's the thing. It's like it's awful, but like it goes really in depth with the Cthulhu mythos, and I think a lot of people like play it for that reason. That's why it's got such a high rating. So it's like interesting, like you guys going into all of this like stuff like that, and then like kind of realizing like, hey, that's actually like it's just coming back, through a lot of the stuff because
you're like that game wasn't too bad, I guess.
I did a lot of research, but like I didn't do a lot of research, but you guys like going through a lot of research, and this is a lot because all this stuff is like from the novel itself, like the Call of Cthulhu, right?
I mean, I could just imagine how like incomprehensive the novel probably is, and there's probably like not like necessarily iteration, but like translations of the novel, like modernized versions of it, to where like people are actually able to read it and enjoy it, kind of like people do like with Shakespeare, how everything's in iambic pentameter, but like people have rewrote his stories to where it's like the way we obviously formulate
more
paragraphs and sentences and shit. Like the dialect, I'm sure is like very hard to like comprehend from the way he was fucking writing shit, because
just there's a lot of information to pick up, and a lot of it like unique context with like the nebulas, the other gods, the cities, the locations, even time frames, because like the main thing about like the Lovecraftian horror and whatnot and ideal is that humans are insignificant, and that is trying to accept that fact, and that there's much more bolder and broader things going on in the world today, in the universe today, and he's talking about that, and it's hard to grasp such like a large concept with these large beings and entities.
Real quick, what is he holding?
A little card.
What's on
is this your
Christmas card?
Is it Cthulhu like surfing on a surfboard?
Jesus.
I'm cool, Cthulhu.
So, do you guys happen to get anything on the cultists of Cthulhu?
Just that after Arlier sunk, that they literally did nothing but waited, and that they're
That's
still
the city, right?
and that they're still waiting, trapped under the ocean.
So, there's
in the sleeping shit.
There's supposedly many different speculations on like where exactly like the origins of the cult like started, but apparently in the book Call of Cthulhu, it is said that Cthulhu has a worldwide cult centered around Arabia, which follows all the way to Greenland and Louisiana. just gave those two. But
from Greenland to Louisiana,
all over, exactly all over. All right, now it is also said that there are leaders that apparently live in the mountains of China, the leaders of the cult of Cthulhu that apparently have the ability to be immortal. They can't die.
I mean, have you ever seen some of these Chinese dudes like some low pan looking guys? You know, like they just like look like ancient, and you're like, holy fuck, how old are you? Like 107.
That dude's been protecting. That guy's been working with the Iron Fist.
Exactly. That dude's been doing something. Like
he's been protecting the fucking like way of the dragon.
Exactly. There probably are Cthulhu worshippers out here, and Lovecraft just fucking overheard some conversation between some Chinese fucking cultists. It was like, I know Chinese. I'm gonna write a book about that shit.
But Cthulhu in the eyes of the cultists is seen as a priest, or the great priest of the great old ones, the people that inhabited the earth before us humans were actually here. Believed to come to our young world from the sky. Cthulhu's worshippers isn't just man, but also the creatures, specifically the deep ones, a humanoid fish creature that loves mating with humans. So
those guys.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you make those people.
So how that works, I don't know why. I was just so interested. I'm like, are these fish just coming up whenever we're asleep to fuck us or something like that? So I went to look it up real quick.
It's an object that they're fucking.
No, okay, so like originally they used to mate with themselves, but the problem was they got so big and they started like eating themselves and shit like that, and they're like, oh fuck, what do we do? There's humans here. And originally they mated with the great old ones. They had a little truce. They're like, okay, we fuck and it's all cool, yeah? And
the one's like, just don't fuck us. Please.
So they do that, and these creatures are able to live on land as humans, looking like humans, still closely resembling their fish parts underneath, like their shirt and their torso.
Innsmouths?
No, these are the deep ones.
Okay, deep ones.
But at a certain point in their age, when they reach their like manhood, they start to show, and then they have a calling to go back to the sea to the city of Ryla, just back there, so they can be with their own kind and not scrutinized by the elder ones for being you're different. But
you fucking fish man.
I got an account here. I have an account here. Human explorers in Antarctica discovered an ancient city where the Elder Ones are described as species of extraterrestrial origin. No, I didn't know where exactly it was from, but I doubt that's real.
Okay. So is it from the
Sounds
book?
Like language real.
Is it from the book?
It didn't say. I'm sure it's from the book or something.
Okay.
It was on the
what is real?
Cthulhu Mythos wiki and all that. But yeah, it said the Elder Ones were at war at one point with Cthulhu until they were on like good tides and the city sunk and all that, and probably the Great Weapon got involved, right, Tony?
Yeah, or the moon. Maybe the moon was the Great Weapon.
But
This is the thing that was wrecking us in Resident Evil 3 earlier. Fuck.
That is the thing that was wrecking us.
That's the yeah. Yep.
These are the deep ones.
It's a fucking Fallout 76 monster.
That'd be a cool boss.
I'd hit it.
All right. So I have some.
Wait, go back. Go back. There's a deep one with his family.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
Fucking Prometheus.
That is Prometheus.
That does look like Prometheus.
So I have a couple of his family members here. I wasn't able to get them all down in detail, but here's a quick little thing I'm going to go through. So there's Asenath, the great-great-grandfather. I already told you guys about that. There is Cthulhu, half-sister, Noctosa and Cthulhu, twin daughters of Cthulhu. Yug Sothoth, the grandfather, and Nug, the other person I went over, Cthulhu's father.
His grandma.
So
Nigrath.
Yeah. Cthulhu's family, Tathayagaya, again, sorry if I butcher the name, Cthulhu's half-sister, responsible for spawning of Cthulhu, very similar in appearance to Cthulhu. First appearance and October surprise. That was about it. That's all I got on her.
That's an issue of the magazine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I already went over Azathoth, the blind idiot. Already went over Nug, and we got Noctasa and Nocthulu. The twin spawn of Cthulhu, currently imprisoned in the Great Red Spot on Jupiter. They both appear as a huge...
Siblings?
Yeah, twin sisters.
Ooh. And they're locked up?
They're in the Great Red Spot of Cthulhu. Couldn't...
So they're in Cthulhu?
No, they're on Jupiter. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm going in... Okay.
No, sorry, it was just interesting. Sorry to make you back.
On their way to Saturn, he's like, I'm gonna drop these bitches off. They're annoying the fuck out of me.
Are we there yet? Are we there yet?
Right.
So, get this. They both...
This point is not gonna work out, these bitches.
They both appear as a huge shelled endowed beings with 8 limbs and 6 long arms with claws closely resembling their half-sister Cathaya.
And bubbles.
And I already went over Cathaya. Her relevance to Cthulhu, of course, is so he can keep respawning, infinite lives.
I love that.
Yep, but
I wish I could do that with Eevee.
That is about all I got. I do not have a picture, sadly. I did not have enough time. John?
For what I got about Cthulhu, that's about it. That's a wrap for me. I didn't have any information about it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so...
Yeah, that's all I got about Tentacle Mouth, man.
So, boys, fictional Cthulhu, real or fake?
Real.
Real.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the real.
I would have liked for this dude to be real, because, like, when I was listening
hoping
to these people, like, talk about the cultists, and, like, they're like, Cthulhu treated us so great. He was actually very merciful. He was just, like, not merciful to, like, any other aliens. That's it. He, like, was like, like, cultists and humans, I don't really care what they do. He's like, but the aliens, he looked like some Godzilla shit. He was just like, nah, this is my planet, bitch. Like, they can do what they want on this planet, but if you come here, I'm gonna fuck your ass up. Like,
I was hoping there'd be like someone's like, oh yeah, they're a real cultist or something like that. I was gonna see if like we could actually like do some like little bit where we could try some Cthulhu or something like that, But like I couldn't find that interesting.
We have a board.
You can give the chant real quick if you want.
I can't fucking pronounce that.
I tried. I think we all have to try it.
I
Right?
tried pronouncing the chant. Which one is it?
The one in all caps.
One fucking word.
No, that's one sentence.
Well, I got $1. I don't care. No.
Hey, motherfucker, that's my bookmark.
Ring Louis Muglunwa Cthulhu. Rilia Mukwana Alfundigan. I don't know how to say that shit. I don't know what that means at all.
It's underneath there. You can say it.
In the horse, or
in the house.
in the house at Rilia, Cthulhu visits dreaming.
Cthulhu is dreaming.
So when we go to sleep tonight, we'll let you guys know next podcast if we have nightmares, or spectral visions, and we get fucked in our minds.
You mean spectral intercourse?
If we had, oh my god, I don't want to be mind fucked.
I don't want spectral intercourse either.
Come on, just get it with this deep one, and you'll live forever.
He's gonna deep one the fuck out of me.
All right, well, guys, I think that might be our episode there, huh?
Yeah.
All right, if you guys haven't already, make sure to check out all the links down below and subscribe for more of the Cursed Podcast. Next week, we're going to be back with a brand new topic that Tony will be choosing. Kind of a good topic, man. Very interesting. Definitely out of there. I loved it.
Thank you.
If you guys haven't already, do all that fun stuff down below, and make sure to head down to the comments and recommend some more topics for us, guys. But we'll see you later on the next episodes more of the Cursed Podcast.
Bye.
Goodbye.